Hello, hello! I've been waiting for you. I'm Taren S, an old witch who's got some good secrets. And this is the House of Witchcraft. We are a global crossroads tradition embracing both the dark and the light. All that the universe has to offer. Are you ready to brew a little magic? Well, come on in then. Let's brew some. Hello, hello, hello. You know I'm going to give an extra special shout out to all my Crossroads witches and of course all you other interesting magical folk who are leaning in. Thank you all so much. And with that, we're going to start. This is one of my favorite things to do. Y'all are going to see as we go through this video. We are going to be doing tea time my way. So I want you to use, ooh, y'all didn't hear that. That was not ladylike. I just want y'all to know that. And wait a second. And I did it again. I know Grandma's rolling in the grave because I ain't editing this. All right. Yes, I burped. So, we're going to be doing my disclaimer. This is my tea time. All right. Tea time is a ritual. It's a sacred ritual. And I'm not going to give you all the boring ass, Chinese emperor, 26 something BCE, or as we can all do now, the 5600 BC, all right, before COVID, basically was this Chinese emperor dude who had a leaf fall into some hot water, it got infused, and that's the beginning of tea. So we have a documented history of 5,600 years, witches. Every civilization, all right, has had some sort of a tea sacred drink ritual, infusions. And they all have these beautiful, amazing, different props, aesthetics. The ritual of tea is about the aesthetics. And I know some of you witches out there are like, I don't think, yes, it is. This is, you got to get up and pretty. All right. And so before we start getting into what goes on this table, we're going to start with us. Okay. Tea time, witches, tea time. This is really showing up for your best in a moment, okay? And you can translate your tea time however you want. That was my disclaimer that I was sort of gargled it through was, this is Taren's tea time. This is Twisted Tea Time with Taren. And that's a tongue twister. I got y'all witches. But I love the ritual of tea. And so I'm going to share with you how I view it, how I do it, how I enjoy it, the magic of it. It's this amazing thing that we all can participate in, all right? And realistically, seriously, for a couple of dollars, you can put together a whole you betcha. And so first I want to start with us, okay? This is a time to sort of snazz it up a little, okay? And even after the end of a day when you come home and you're putting on a cup of tea, this is also why that tea seeping, put on a little bit of moisturizer, maybe a little lip balm. Do a self-care with the tea, however you translate that in a moment. That's the busy witch side. We're getting ready to do the I done planned this up side. All right? And so, of course, start with you. I went and got me some sparklies. Y'all see I got me some pretty sparklies on. I do recommend if you're going to be putting hats on your head, side ponytail for you witches that are able to do it. They're the cutest things ever. And of course, if we're talking tea time, We're talking about hats and what type of hats. And I want to show y'all first, I'm going to have fun because I'm a hat witch. You can put on your pointed black hat, witches, and pour yourself a cup of tea, and I guarantee you're going to feel different at the end of that cup of tea. And if you don't feel like you need that pointy black hat, there are these most beautiful tea hats. Tell me that just don't look chic. I just feel like I'm something wearing this hat, okay? And then you put a cup of tea in front of me. Oh yeah, my energy, my headspace changed, okay? And of course, if you're not a hat person, you can do one of the fascinators. That is what this is called. Y'all see the royal family wearing them? Remember that one Eunice wore that stuck up out of her head? It was sad. But you can look, now, don't I look chic, like I'm something, all right? I feel like this is a Lauren Bacall moment, and I ought to just lean back into it, okay? You can tell I have a little bit of collection because it is part of the ritual of tea. The whole process is what creates the magic, all right? Like I said, this is a dress up, have fun. If you're going to do tea magic and really get up all in it, and I know some of you nature green witch folk, you're like, no, Taren, that's not how I do tea. I respect that. And if you really break down your process in your own way, you're going through everything I'm talking about, where you do shift over, all right? It's time to put on the fancy tie-dye. That's what I'm saying. So, and of course, if you ain't doing it, you can always do a nice conjuring hat for your tea party. Now, I do want to say something I forgot. Let me pull this over here. I want y'all to see. All right, let me take my hat off and sit it over here. I strung these pearls, and they are actually so that when I sometimes just want to have a cup of tea, I put on my pretty pearls to help shift my space. They are a form of prayer beads that's a whole nother video we'll discuss later. But for those of you catching up with Who the Hell's Taren, I actually have a nerve damage to my upper extremities. What does that mean? It means that sometimes you'll see me a little shaky. My arms don't work quite right. I broke my neck 10 years ago, and I was lucky enough I got put back together. But part of my therapy, I learned how to make necklaces. And in the process of me learning how to make necklaces, I learned how to put those spiritual energies and my different necklaces do things. And so I actually have these pretty, and here, let me take them off so y'all can see. I have these couple of strands of pearls. Okay, you can go up to the craft store and you can make your own. They're not that expensive. All right. And this is part of the get pretty for tea time. You know, I think about those old ladies. Not old ladies, that's wrong. I think about those beautiful fashionable ladies in like the turn of the century, the 1880s, 1890s, and the long strings of elegant pearls. And that was the energy that I infused while I was beading them, all right? Spiritual jewelry, really amazing. Again, another video, we're not going to go there. So this is part of my It's Tea Time Taren. And I put on my pretty beads. I put on my hat, okay? I actually do use this table for tea time. And first I want to tell you, remember I told y'all I like tea. I got a tea box. This is my actual tea box that I bring out. And what is in a tea box? Well, first of all, a pretty teapot's in a tea box. All right, I picked these, everything I'm showing you, I picked up secondhand garage sale. I am a creative witch. You are looking at my personal collection. I've been doing magic for blah blah 40 some years. I ain't telling the real date, witches. Y'all ain't taking my power. All right, so of course you want a pretty teacup. Oops, I keep bubble wrap on them. And then, let me set this here. I'm going to set this here. And of course, if you're inviting a friend, tea is really good with a friend. But sometimes you can't have a friend. But today we have a friend. And they're getting ready to come out in just a moment. Okay, I have a complete tea set in here. I can set a table for 8 witches. And it gets tucked away in my pretty little box. So today we have, okay, we're going to set this. This is my tea time over here. And I will say before we bring our friend out, we probably need to decorate. And so I would recommend running through a field and picking wild flowers. Or go up to the Dollar General and get the plasticky ones. So much better, witches. All right, got some atmosphere going on. And y'all know, of course, one of the, with tea time, one of the cool things, what we want is that whole hive ritual. So, a little snack, and we set it up, all right? And again, these are really inexpensive, witches. All right, I ain't pulling out no fine china. I will want to pull out my snazzy, tell me what I got looking thing here. All right, and you fill them up. You can be as simple as taking some pieces of crostini and putting some sort of dip marmalade thing on it, sitting out a couple pieces of fruit, whatever's up in your refrigerator. If you put it on a tower, it looks better. I don't know how it works. It's magic, witches. All right, so I said we're going to have a friend. All right, so I'm going to bring out, here we go, for my friend, this place for my friend to sit. And I talked with them earlier about doing a video with me, and they completely agreed. This is today's friend who is going to be joining us for tea. All right, wait. You got your hat. There you go. All right. And of course, a hat for my friend. We had already discussed all these. Oopsie daisy. This is too funny. We'd already discussed this. Y'all know, like, I got relationship with spirit folk around me. This particular, I use skulls as a way for spirit to speak through me. This particular skull right now really has an interesting energy in it, is what I'd like to say. It's a they, them. I'm not sure if it's human. It might be a lesser deity, so it means we're going to have tea with a demon. But that's okay. They like sparkly things, so it don't matter. All right, so we got all of our pretty trays. We have our teas up. And I want to show you one of my quick... If y'all don't know what a French press is, you need to find out real quick. You can put your herb in here, put your water in here. It's got a screen. You can let it seep, and then you push the lever down. There you go, sweetheart. Did I not have it right for you? If it's a lesser deity, it might be a little picky. All right. Okay, so tea time. French press, if you're using loose leaf, okay? Y'all see I got props over here. I just keep pulling stuff. And when I was in New Orleans, I was at the Vampire Boutique gift shop, and they had this wonderful blend of loose tea. This is what I use to brew my loose tea. If I am using a tea bag, This is one of my favorite, which is raspberry hibiscus, and which we already discussed, and they like that idea, which really makes me wonder about if indeed we have a lesser deity. But I will take a couple of bags and put it in here with some warm hot water, let it seep, and then serve it because it's in bags and it's not messy. Okay? And so those are the two things I like to do. But what this all about is creating the ritual of tea. And when you sit down and you've got your pretty little cakes and pinafores and pieces of fruit and whatnot, and a beautiful cup of tea, the entire process becomes really, really magical, witches. Now, of course, like I said, you don't have to go to the extent that I've went to or that I will. Sometimes like I said, I take this whole outside, sit it up, and I sit here and I have me a cup of tea and I have a couple of those off of a tiered, tray, and it is a way for me to shift energies, all right? It's a way for me to commune with the tea. And when it comes to your teas, I showed you earlier a commercial blend. Like I said, this is grocery store tea, witch. All right, but once I'm done with all this, it ain't grocery store no more. All right, and then now this is a beautifully blended with some really good little nippets in here that is in a small batch tea. If you are not all up into blending your teas, guess what? We have witches who do that. They have some of the most amazing tea blends. So lean into our community, support our community, so that way their magic can become your magic can become theirs, and we can all have a happy tea time. All right, witches, I want y'all just to know to take the time, no matter how dedicant or how really minimalistic, simple it is. Tea has the ability, when we connect to it, to change our energies. So go out there and bring your a cup of tea. And of course, leave it in the comment below. I want to hear what your favorite teas are. And thank y'all so much for joining me. If you're wanting to know about me, Taren S, and all of that, go to houseofwitchcraft.com. We have an online community, witches. You can come and dance around with us under a full moon bright. And with that said, go fly. I'll talk with y'all next time. And of course, it never changes. Amen. Blessed be. Ashe and Ebabo. Hello. I've been waiting for you and you're late. I want you to know that I've been standing in this cottage because I knew you were showing up. Could you please get your butt in here now?